Hi, I'm Paris, and I have reviewed many hoses on our Epic Review Guys channel. When those expandable, contractible hoses first came out, the as seen on TV versions, more professional versions, clear hoses, metal hoses. I have just one that I'm still using on a daily basis. I'll tell you about that in another video, but the up-and-coming competitor to that hose could be the ZeroG. The ZeroG hose is made by the folks who make the Never Kink hose, and they say this is the ultimate culmination of combining traditional hose technology with the lightweight hose technology that was developed for those expandable, contractible hoses. There's an inner core of the hose that's crush-proof and doesn't easily burst, and then there's an outer portion of the hose that protects the inner portion, keeps it from degrading from UV exposure and getting damaged by being pulled over concrete or rough objects. I picked up this 50-foot ZeroG hose for about $35 at my local Lowe's store, and you can find out more about it at the link down below this video. When I was at Lowe's looking at hoses, the cheapest ones for a 50-foot hose started about $10. They're the traditional vinyl, I guess, green hoses, and you know the first time you pull them around any different way, they're gonna kink, and then that kink will never come out of the hose. They tend to be too much aggravation to be worth the cheap price. Now what drew me to it was how lightweight it is. Regular hoses, if you want a quality hose, quality plastic hose, it's got to be heavy so that it won't kink and so that it won't get a hole in it when you're pulling it over a rough surface. But this is surprisingly lightweight. The lighter weight is nice when you're dragging it around your garden, but also when you're standing there hand watering. I've got the ends of the hose here and they look really well made. I think they're aluminum outside, lighter weight, and then brass inside for the strength. They've also got a plastic sleeve on each end that goes up to the coupling. This helps when you've got this on the faucet and you pull the hose a little too hard. If you didn't have that, you can put a lot of strain on the connection inside there, but this plastic, fairly sturdy plastic sleeve isn't going to let that happen. The outer layer of the hose is good and strong. Of course, time will tell with this. I've got quite a few rocks and posts and a concrete slab for a porch that will put this to the test. But the one thing that really got me to spend the extra money on this hose is right inside there. That it is drinking water safe and lead safe. I'm going to be using this to water my vegetable garden, and I did not want to be pouring water on my vegetables that had questionable chemicals in it. And that's all well in theory, but let's see how it works in practice. I've been putting the ZeroG hose through its paces over the past month or so. It's worked great watering the garden, and it's very easy to coil up into a small space when I'm done. Here's the 50-foot ZeroG hose, loosely coiled up at the foot of the faucet, and then here's my previous hose. This is about as tight as I can get it to coil up. It's a good mid-range hose, but much heavier than the ZeroG and not nearly as compact. The connection on the faucet side of the ZeroG hose has been very good. Nothing leaking. And the connection to the watering wand also, no problem. And I get a good flow of water. And switching it over to my soaker hose is quick and easy. I do have some gaps in where the soaker hose drips, but I don't have any leaks coming out of this end. Now kinks do happen with this hose. It's not the Never Kink hose, but they tend to come out real easily. They don't happen too often, and I don't find that they keep happening in the same spot. So the ZeroG hose isn't perfect, but it beats lugging one of these around. Oh. How's it going to do after a summer or two in the Texas sun? Well, I'll do an update video in a year or two and let you know. $35 for the 50-foot version. You can find out more about it at the link down below this video, and I'll see you on the next review.